Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the bathroom, and a bit of progress. We now have 4 walls and a ceiling that are plastered, and lights are back in, and there we go. So that was a very perspirational morning. It was nice to stop at lunch and have a bit of a breather. This wall, when I got here this morning, this wall, which is sort of left of the window, that tea mug, was wet. It was that colour when I got here this morning, and look at it now. Brilliant. It's going really well. Round the window, the plaster there, contrast. Round the window, the plaster is really quite thick, so it'll take a little bit longer to dry out. And then on this wall, which is partition between here and bed 1, yeah, that was the last one to be done. And yeah, so the you saw yesterday the plasterboard Tetris that I was playing. I won. Once I'd skimmed it up and dealt with a few sort of lumps and bumps where edges were sitting on protruding bricks and others weren't, and it was a bit higgledy-piggledy, the actual plasterboard surface, but once it was skimmed up, yeah, I think that's all right. Ow, that was my shoulder cracking. Yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with that. It's worked out really rather well. So, next stage is woodwork. I've got I've been doing a bit of makeup on the door frame. That is one of the old hinge points. I've just left a piece of wood into it. The other one is down there. And then I've added a piece on here to bring the plasterboard out, because it was all over the place before. And there's a piece on the top, but I'm going to have to add a sort of long, thin wedge on there to enable the architrave to sit flat. I've got to cut new hinge points on this side and a latch point on there. Also stripping the windowsill and window reveal, which is a painted wooden frame, so that that can be got ready for painting. I need to get some skirting board or baseboard in the USA, and then when this is dried out thoroughly, probably 2 or 3 days yet, then I'm going to put lining paper on, because the customer has said they're probably going to put wallpaper on. So if you're putting lining paper, actually as lining paper underneath a layer of wallpaper, it's called cross lining. So the lining paper goes horizontally, and then your ordinary wallpaper goes up and down. The idea being that if you had your lining paper going up and down, there's a possibility you could have an overlapping joint on top of an overlapping joint, and it could look bad. So lining paper goes across, which will be fun up there, 9-foot ceiling, and then I think that's me done actually. Yeah, I've just stopped for the afternoon brew, which has appeared, and excuse me, sleigh bag, jam scones or scones. I'm not getting into that debate. I say scones because I'm from the north. If they were scones, a couple of bites in there, scone, and a coffee and a glass of water. Excellent service. Right, so without any more ado, time to have brew, do timber work, woodwork. I've got to strip the paint off the architraves, for the door and 3 sides of the window, and get them back on. So there we go. Anyway, thank you for watching. Catch up with you tomorrow.